A very provocative pro-Trump artist has put out his latest piece of art in case you're interested in purchasing either prints or the original for a family member or a loved one during the holidays. Now, Jon McNaughton is the name of the artist, and I want to show you what he has painted. Lots of symbolism here. There's Donald Trump, Mr. 45, with a red jersey, and he's playing football, I suppose, with bone spurs and everything. Running to make a touchdown, and he's, I don't know, what do you call it when you pass all the other people in the team, opposing team? That's not a tackle. That's like an interception. No, that's not an interception.
None of those things. He's just scoring. That's all that's happening.
Okay, so he's scoring. And all of those other guys, even though most of them seem unrecognizable, are Democratic politicians. So let me give you the list of people included in this. There is Senator Cory Booker, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio, former Vice President Joe Biden, former President Barack Obama, Bernie Sanders is in there, Senator Richard Blumenthal is in there, Chuck Schumer, Senator Dick Durbin. So basically all of the big name Democrats are involved in the painting.
I think I see Chuck Schumer, and I think Obama's the one lying on the ground.
Yes, Obama is the one lying on the ground.
Okay, yeah, that's not an accident, as you'll find out more about this guy.
Yes, so let me tell you more about this guy. His previous political works include a painting of Obama burning the US Constitution and one titled, "Liberalism is a Disease." Okay, let's stop for a second. You're telling me that the guy who tried to prosecute his political opponents is the one upholding the US Constitution? We reported on a story yesterday, it was a breaking story yesterday, regarding how Donald Trump wants to literally prosecute Hillary Clinton and James Comey. But Obama's the one who's destroying the Constitution. Anyway, let's give you some more on this guy. He was quoted as saying, when they played football in the old days, they didn't have face masks. It was a time of blood, guts, and glory. Today's politics are rough. You have to push hard for everything you get. The field is muddy and the players can get dirty, but we have a president that has risen above the rest.
Yeah.
The other side hates him and will do anything to destroy him. Try to take him down, think again. He's going for the goal, another touchdown, score.
Is this guy European? What do you mean going for the goal? Does Jon McNaughton live here? Okay, I mean, I guess you could call it a goal, but it's, so what does Marco Rubio say? Oh, we went for a 3-point kick. Yeah, that's called a field goal, Marco, okay? So
that's awesome.
These guys, they all pretend to be tough guys. They don't know anything. The other day, Donald Trump misspelled Marine Corps in a tweet. It's embarrassing. You claim to be for the troops, and if a Democrat had done that, they'd be like, how dare he, misspelling Marine Corps. They don't love our troops.
I mean, misspellings, that's one thing, but what Trump has actually done and the way that he's mocked military members who have voiced their concerns about him and his presidency, I would argue that's worse. I mean, he had the nerve to go after the admiral, the Navy admiral who had, he was the one who oversaw the takedown of Osama bin Laden. Now, Admiral McRaven, I'm not judging, I'm not talking about anything else that he's done in his career. I'm specifically talking about what he did in taking down Osama bin Laden, or at least overseeing the raid that took him down. And to criticize him simply because he's not a fan of yours is ridiculous, but that's who Trump is. One other quick thing I wanted to mention is, look, this artwork is, it's a political statement, but it's also a bit of a fantasy. And why do I say that? Well, it shows Donald Trump in this athletic moment. And fantasy is one thing, but I do want to give you a little taste of reality. So, all right, so there's the fantasy, there's Trump in this painting looking like a real athlete. And then here's what he looks like when he tries to be an athlete in real life.
A couple of things I have to say here at the end. One, I like that he said he's risen above the rest. What do you mean risen above the rest? He's the one that dragged everybody down in the mud in the first place. I mean, they really live in an alternate universe where Trump's not dirty, the people that are opposed to him are dirty. The guy who said she's bleeding from wherever, the guy who said, I prefer people who weren't captured about Jon McCain. And so another story from yesterday was inside sources in the White House saying that he will not go to visit war zones, and he hasn't gone for 2 years now. And it's because he is literally afraid. He's afraid for his life, and he's afraid they're going to try to kill him and won't go. That's the tough guy who's beating all the other ones in football and is all heroic. No, the guy's a literal coward. He ran from Vietnam because he claimed he had bone spurs. And so a lot of people criticize his painting. I don't actually have a problem with the painting. So look, we got paintings on our side. Jim Carrey does all these wonderful cartoons that the other side find offensive. I find greatly amusing and interesting and artistic. And you know, some people said this looks like propaganda straight out of North Korea. No, he just likes the guy. So he's a Trump supporter. I don't care. I don't mind that at all.
We're having fun. I don't care either. I mean, I'm amused by it. It's entertaining.
Well, boy, he looks tough.
He has risen above the rest.
Yeah, oh boy.
The only thing that's risen in that picture is those tidy whities up his ass. Let's keep it real.
That's what happened. So look, this guy, Jon McNaughton, likes him. We don't like him. That's not important. I like though somebody on Twitter said, is he grimacing in the picture because of the bone spurs? Remember, he couldn't remember which foot he theoretically had them in. Okay, hilarious. Anyway, but it does give you, a picture is worth 1,000 words in that sense. It gives you a sense of the reality that Trump supporters live in. In their reality, Trump is heroic and courageous. And while people are trying to drag him down in the mud, he just won't do it. Man, we live on totally different planets.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and to be fair, you know, it's interesting artwork. We have our own artwork here, and I'm not sure ours is any better. Yes, that is in fact me on Anna's sweatshirt, which you can get at shoptyt.com in time for the holidays.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what, as Santa there, I have risen above the rest. Like what you see? Click the subscribe button below, and don't forget to ring the bell to never miss another video from the Young Turks.